Which
They brought it
is
back, but moon flavor this time.
which is a good segue to 5.5.
Oh boy.
A lot of things happen in 5.5. In 5.5 and 5.5, a lot of things happen. Nori, why don't you start out with the lore about all that happened? Because I know you want.
Oh god.
I know you want to talk about
Where to
it.
begin?
It's Lori Star time.
Oh no.
Because I know you want to talk about everything that happened about the lore wise, what
Like
entail.
5 point. God, I don't even know where to begin. To be honest, there's a lot going on right now with Fandango being a little shit, as most Asians are.
I had to take that body. It makes me hate him even more.
I know. Oh my god, they were probably like, which when they were like designing Fandango. That's his name now, so deal with it. They were probably like, which character could we make him possess that has the most punchable face in existence in this entire game? They couldn't really do Ilbert because Ilbert had his whole thing already. So they were like, what else can we do? Who would be someone? We should probably use someone that was close to Xenos or related to Xenos in some way and has an extremely punchable face. Oh yeah, what about Asahi?
God, I replayed the Tsukuyomi storyline, and that just made me hate Fandango even more now.
I can't wait to destroy the body. Just absolutely, just burn it. I'm gonna Akmorn it until all that's left is a little black soot pile.
I
freaking hate him. I hate him so much.
the other thing.
Oh, we got rid of him.
Yeah, no, nothing did really die in FF14 unless they.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless
Nothing
it's
really dies except for my fucking wife.
They do.
Isale.
They do like to hint at death, but then be like, "Ha, just kidding."
Yeah, because I mean, the only thing that happened to Asahi is getting pierced by Tsukuyomi, like 8 or 10. I don't know how to call it.
At least he is technically dead. It's Fandaniel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn Daniel is a rogue Asian, I guess.
Yeah, because he's crazier, I guess, than the rest.
Because
I feel like we don't actually even know what he actually wants. Because I feel like the whole thing about killing everybody is a lie.
Well, like the whole his whole thing is like he wasn't part of the convocation. The convocation are pretty much the Asians that we dealt with within the story. So like La Habrea, Elidibus, all of them.
Right, and ourselves, right?
Was not. Yeah, technically. That also leads into some theories that have been going around about who the person that shows up at the end of the MSQ is. But I'll get into that. But it's pretty much like Daniel is the equivalent of a child whose parents are out on vacation for an indefinite amount of time. So he's just like throwing a party by causing chaos, I guess.
Yeah. I'm really curious about him.
And is now working with Xenos, apparently. The whole thing, I'm not a huge fan of Xenos and his story. Cause it's just, I don't know, I get bored of the whole like murder hungry with no purpose type tropes, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
his whole thing is that he's purposely doing what he can to make the Warrior of Light as angry as possible so that the Warrior of Light will confront Xenos and fight him in like one final grand battle. That's all he wants. He wants to fight.
Yeah.
His enemy and his friend.
He's pretty much just live for the. I guess he'd say he live for the aunt, something like that. That he just wants to aunt stronger people than him. That's it.
Yeah, and his best friend is Warrior of Light. For some reason, some like weird love-hate relationship, I guess.
Like he just wants he wants to die by battle, pretty much. That's what he wants. But he wants to die by a good battle.
Yeah, specifically, he wants to challenge the Warrior of Light. Because that is his strongest prey, as he's said before.
Yeah. So pretty much he just wants to track us and try to kill us. But at the same time, he doesn't want to kill us the easy way.
Like he wants it to be a fight. The whole thing is like doing things to cause the Warrior of Light to confront him in a huge final battle to the death. But like, he's technically died once before.
Yeah, it's like we technically already did this.
Well, technically he killed himself, but you know that's technicalities, I guess. He also has the story behind how he survived though was that he has that like manufactured echo, yeah. That because Garleans don't have any magic they can't use magic abilities or anything like that, which is why they have all like the what is the
Magitech?
Yeah, Magitech. That's why they have the Magitech stuff, because they can't use magic.
Yeah, I think they can't even interface with Ether, right? Like at all.
No, I don't think so.
Damn, they can't use Aetherites.
But I'm curious as to what they're gonna do with Xenos. Very curious, because he didn't really have much of an interesting story in Stormblood. I admit, at least to me. But
I
I know a lot
100%
of.
agree.
I don't know. It just when like it's not so much the fact that he enjoys killing people. It's like and like just killing in general. It's doing it without like some kind of purpose, even if it's one that only makes sense to him. It's kind of like
He kind of does have a purpose, but it's just I don't know if I'd say it's a good one.
It's a weird purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious to see how Endwalker plays out and the whole end of days or whatever. Cause them Charlayans are being a little sus.
Yeah, especially that when they say we know when the end of day is gonna come and this is not it.
Yeah, they were like if the end of days was coming, we would know about it.
And like everyone's like, yeah, but do you see what's happening right now?
Just shows them the Endwalkers trailer.
It's like
We've got tentacle boob ladies coming out of the sky.
Yeah. They're being very sus. And it was mentioned in the MSQ that they're acting that whole thing with Forshino disowning Alphino and Alize and like being so dramatic about not helping kind of implies that they know something that we don't.
yeah, like despite I say like
Yeah.
you're acting up, like I was thinking better of you or something like that. That he say something in that regard.
Something like that. But then, like,
They expected better
which also
from Alize
kind
and
of
Alphino.
makes sense, because in the Endwalker trailer, Graha says something like, "It seems that the star has more secrets to tell." So I want to know what's going on. Where are the Charlatans hiding?
Especially like when you say that, it's like in a library, which is like a lot behind every chain and padlock, all that thing. So it's like a secret chamber that no one's supposed to go to. So
Yeah, it's great. I am so looking forward to the next expansion and like soaking in all the new story and stuff.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, I'm probably the most curious about Fan Daniel just because I think there was that thing where they wrote down like their favorite character, and like Ishikawa mentioned Fan Daniel on her thing after saying it was hard to pick,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just kind of like, oh, there's more to Fan
And
Daniel.
her of all people. I mean, she's the one writing the story, so
Also,
Yeah, that means there's definitely more we don't know about that little shit.
also
God, I wanna punch him.
with Ishikawa, when she said she was trying to cry when she was thinking of her own story.
Yeah.
So something tell me that she's trying to break us again.
Yeah, there was talk about how there's gonna be some goodbyes happening, but nobody specified to who.
Like like so many things. Like I wonder if the goodbye mean it's gonna be the end of the Scion after that.
Oh
'Cause-
god. I mean, like, I guess if we take care of like this arc, there probably wouldn't be much of a primal threat, right?
Technically, because that's our
We're already
goal.
seeing moving towards it. Yeah, like we're already seeing ourselves
Yeah.
move towards it with like the kobolds and the Sahagin.
Oh yeah,
and-
and them being able to cure tempering now. That's
so,
kind
like-
of a huge deal.
If there are no more primals, there's no need for the scions.
And also that we have the what was the name? The Grand Alliance of Eorza? Something like that?
Yeah, yeah. They're I think without the primals, it's just gonna turn it into an overall like foray Orzia type group instead of like gotta get all the primals down and stuff like that. It'll be very interesting to see how everything concludes at the end.
Like yeah, with like Idolin and Zodiac, like all that's gonna work at the end.
Yeah, especially with that character that showed up at the very end of 5.55.
Mhm.
There's a lot of talk that she's Vinat. If you're not familiar with who she is, she was the one who opposed the convocation that summoned Zodiark and became the Heart of Hydaelyn.
I remember that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of. I'm pretty sure that, like, I'd be more surprised if that wasn't Finat.
Like
Plus,
yeah.
like,
And
she
got
has
kind of
Nasty and
separated
Mask.
in a similar way as Elidibus.
Yeah, she Vinat became the Heart of Hydaelyn and opposed the convocation. And the fact that she has a mask heavily implies that she's an Emiratine, which would mean like there's no way that's not her.
Like if she's not her, that she's at least the avatar or something of Idolin. But yeah.
Yeah.
What else happened?
I didn't think they were gonna show her so soon. To be honest.
They did that really to tease. So
But they did kind of like throw her into the main splash art for Endwalker, so
Yeah, I'm genuinely really curious about how expansions after Endwalker and like patches for Endwalker are gonna go. Just because
oh yeah, they said
Graha
that,
has that one line about like the final tale of this star coming up, which makes me wonder like, are we gonna start going to other stars? Is that gonna be a thing? Are we?
that would be very interesting. Because like, oh, what was I gonna say? There's like so much. There's still so much to, and the fact that they said that 6.0 is going to be like the whole expansion.
did they said that?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said
the story's gonna
Endwalker
be over when it
is
comes
gonna
out.
be done with 6.0.
So no more no sits one, so no sits anything then.
I don't know what they're gonna
We're
do.
probably
after
still gonna get patches, but like the
Yeah.
story itself will be done with 6.0.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, since everything else gonna be like to queue for the next story, I guess.
They probably have to do a lot of setup, and that's probably why that 6.0
Yeah.
is just gonna be the end rather than going to 6.3.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. During that,
Probably, I think they said it was like what, like Yoshi P said it was like 75% longer or something like that.
oh yeah, it said like it was significantly longer and bigger. Which I mean,
It makes sense if they're cramming it all into 6.0.
I mean, Shadowbringer was a big expansion by itself, so I'm
excited.
Yeah, I'm really curious about what's gonna happen. So we had that. During that, we had as well. Let me check real fast. We had the whole like Daniel failing to destroy the world with Lunar Ifrit. Was that Ifrit?
Which one?
During the battlefield, the last fight. Was Ifrit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, there is Lunar Ifrit. I think there's also Lunar Odin, right?
Yes.
We had to play as Urianger.
That whole thing was really interesting, and also, what the fuck, J? He's such a broken astrologian. I wish I could do that. I wish I could just fucking spam cards.
He's cheating.
Like, I mean, a card that's like, oh, I don't like it, I'm just gonna throw it at the enemy to do damage.
Yeah, like, what the hell? I want to do that shit.
And MP regen.
Yeah, it's so broken. It was also fun playing as Alizé, not even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I like that I could just switch between pressing one of the combos and the other combo.
Yeah.
If not, there was always the Catboy fight, which was great as well. Playing as Gratia.
Oh yeah, that too. That was interesting. Being a black and white mage at the same time, and not being a red mage.
I mean, it makes sense that Grahatia is basically like a master of all classes.
Yeah, in the trust thing, he does whatever. Like, he can tank, heal, and DPS.
Yeah, he's an all-rounder, I think they class him as.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he gets like a little special yellow background.
And soon we're gonna get a Stinian.
His last moment was so nice of doing Stardiver everywhere.
God, that was so ridiculous.
I want to do that.
God, all these characters are so broken.
Like, it's...
And meanwhile, everyone's just like heaping us praises, and it's like I needed like 7 other people to take down this thing.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, you had to go. The way they explain that is like you collecting adventure. The Warrior Light collects adventures to take down bosses and stuff in these raids and whatnot. Like the whole thing with Hades was really cool because the way that it was presented was Graha was summoning warriors of light from other stars.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
That was so freaking badass. That whole part of the Shadowbringer story was my favorite.
At least it's better.
The sacrifice.
It's better than the Susano explanation. Which Susano was, oh, your friend were on a fishing trip. They come to help you, yo.
Yeah, it's very funny how Alice says that jokingly. Like, it's not, you know, like, it's not like any of your friends are nearby on a fishing trip or vacation. Well, turns out they were.
Like, the most notable thing for me in Shadowbringers was the lead up to fighting Hades, because that part where you're like you start to turn to a Sin Eater again, and you know you're like coughing up light and stuff, and then you're in that one part with Ardbert and like the white place, and when he asks you if you had the chance to fight, would you? And then like when you say yes, and he hands you, he like, you see his axe being passed to you in the corner, and fucking Shadowbringer's theme starts playing with that guitar riff. I'm like, hell yeah.